Hello there, fellow NPCs. I am Corbin Scythe, and today we are leaving it all behind. We are still just going through memory lane here, and today is the day that Jay wanted to confess her feelings to me. But little did she know that I am running away. I don't quite remember if I'm just moving to a different town and everyone is well aware of it, or if I'm actually running away. But yeah, this is where the big split between me and Jay starts, I would assume. That's unfortunate. But yeah, this is things that's already happened, so it's nothing that I can fix. So let's get back into chasing sunsets. Let's go. I guess that's everything. Tara has plenty of time to get me to Logan International before rush hour. Okay, that's interesting. So Tara also knows that what's going on, but she's actively helping me to get away. My flight board is 5:30 a.m. This was for the best, but Mom and Dad would never understand, so we are running away. Quiet now. If I wake them up, there will be questions. I'll miss my window. God, they really love each other. Mom couldn't have found a better husband. Or a better father to me. Goodbye, Mom. Goodbye, Mom and Dad. I'll miss you. I love you both so much. Please forgive me for this. You leave an envelope on the dresser before retreating back to the hallway. Fuck, this is hard. You pause in front of Jay's door. You pause in front of Jay's door. Out of habit, your hand reaches for the doorknob, but stops short. I love you too, sis. I always have. Do you mean more than a sister, though? For you, I'll stay away. Okay, so he does love her, but he's running away so that they cannot continue to grow this wrong feeling. Take a deep breath, ride with emotion. Collecting yourself, you quietly slip out of the house for the last time. So Tara is helping him because she understands his feelings. Oh shit, you just dropped a note and left? That's cold. I was 18, so my trust fund was accessible. I knew if I stayed, I'd be at Stanford in 2 months. I get a feeling there was more to this than avoiding college. I may be getting old, but it sounds to me like you were leaving details out. Nothing important. Anyway, I followed through on my original plan and went to Aspen first. I spent the summer there maintaining ski lifts. Lodging was free, and I loved the work. I stayed on that winter as a ski and snowboard instructor. James and Sarah wouldn't have taken this well. There were a few emotional phone calls, but by winter they were resigned to it. Jay never called, but I did get texts for a while. Angry at first, then pleading. Son, just leaving like that was a shitty thing to do regardless. I was pretty much on Team Kurt until just now. I know. If I could go back and do it again differently, I would. Especially replying to my sister's messages. But I figured that if she wanted me gone, I was going to stay gone. Don't be an idiot. She said that in the heat of the moment. You can't honestly think she wanted you completely out of her life. Do I have to spell it out for you, Walter? I had to leave because I was in love with her. Pretty sure since we were kids. A stunned silence hangs between the two of you for a long moment. Your Scotch is free, kid. Jesus, it was right in front of me the whole time. Yeah, well, Aspen wasn't big enough to keep my interest. I took a trip to Belize with some girls when the ski season was over. That's when I got the itch. The itch? The itch to travel and see new things. A trust fund in the hands of an impulsive teenager. Sounds like a recipe for disaster. Oh, it was. San Pedro Sula, Honduras, 6 years ago. Jesus, it's hot tonight. So he's 19 now. At least they keep the beer cold. Cheap too. I gave Miguel 23 hours ago, and they just keep coming. Cerveza Bravo. What have you here? A Canadian? No, American. I avoid labels. I'm just a guy enjoying a cold beer on a hot evening. An attractive young woman sits across from you and looks you over. You know, I could have cerveza at my place too. No shortage here either. Oh, you had something else in mind. You have no idea. This place is so dusty. Her Spanish accent is pretty heavy, but her English is on point. Tempting. But Miguel would miss me. And we just had a breakthrough in therapy. The bartender. I don't understand. Should I do an accent? Nah. Enough about him. Let's get out of here. It's such a short walk to paradise. I'm not often so forward, but... Podría perderme en tus ojos. En tus ojos. I only know tus ojos, which means your eyes. Wait, what? Is that your boyfriend behind you, lady? He looks muy upset. Largate! The woman shots a venomous glance at the newcomer, but does as she is told. Get it done. Bye! If she's your girl, you didn't have anything to worry about, amigo. Either way, thanks for saving me the trouble. The man raises an inquisitive eyebrow. She wasn't my type. No redheads around here. They should put that right on the brochure. Redheads, huh? Just like Sister J. The large man sits in the chair the woman just vacated and looks at you intently. You're making me a little nervous, friend. Kinda makes me rethink the whole Han Solo shooting first thing. What? Never mind. Yeah, he still has AJ on his mind, regardless of what he does. This just reminds me of someone I used to know. You should be more careful. That woman was scouting you to see if you were worth kidnapping or not. How do you know that? Do women offer their bodies before their names where you come from? Well, no, not usually. The stranger's accent was difficult to place, but it wasn't local. Jesus, this guy looks like a Terminator. If he wanted to wreck my day, he'd have already done it. Speaking of names, David. Just David. Just David. Kurt. So, why the concern for a stranger's welfare, David? I almost kept walking. But you reminded me of someone I used to know. Unlikely friendship. I didn't know it at the time, but it was the beginning of a brotherhood. My first best friend since Jay. David had been an Israeli soldier who got captured in the Golan when he was younger. Wow, I can't even imagine what POWs go through. Clearly he was freed or escaped at some point. I don't know any details. He refused to talk about his captivity. All I know is that when he returned home, he wasn't a foot soldier anymore. He was introduced into Sayeret Maktal, EDF Special Forces. He could have had a worse wingman. You got that right. I guess something went sideways during one of his ops a couple of years ago. He left the service after that. It was just a chance that we crossed paths in Honduras. That butterfly effect again. Don't assume butterfly effect when it could just be random chance, but random chance is the butterfly effect in disguise. So yeah. What happened then? I think he saw a kindred spirit in me and took me under his wing. Up until then, I had just been wandering randomly, finding excuses to avoid coming home. Now we wandered with purpose. What's the difference, Kurt? It was like we were both checking boxes off our bucket lists. Walter, the places we saw. We touched the Great Pyramids. I believe you're not allowed to actually touch the pyramids. I think there's a perimeter you're not allowed to cross. And there was a month ago or two quite a big scandal about tourists who were climbing the pyramids. So I think I heard it's a perimeter around it. David must have been Mr. Popular in Egypt. Let's just say the man had an impressive collection of names and passports. We hiked the Great Wall of China. Surely not all of it. Well, the Great Wall of China is actually just a bunch of chunks placed in different positions. Enough of it. We camped at the foot of Kilimanjaro and kayaking up the Pangani River. We saw elephants. Tuesday's ladies night here, if that's your thing. We climbed K2, Walter. Wow. That's a lot of things you've been able to do in 5 years now? 6 years. That's quite an itinerary. What's next? Antarctica? Oklahoma! Oh, that feels a bit anticlimactic. We found things to do no matter where we ended up. Ural Mountains, Russian Federation 4 years ago. Growing up in Boston, I didn't even think it was possible to see this many stars. He's not even opening up? It's noon at home right now. James will be watching the game. How long has it been since I just relaxed and watched TV? Who needs TV? The stars are the only ones worth watching. So it's not angry, it's just stoic, pondering, badass. I don't miss the stupid shows. I miss the family time. We always watched The Incredible Race together. Was it a stupid show? It was an interesting one. Small teams competing against each other. Foot races? Sometimes. Mostly it was just to complete a goal of some kind. Sounds like a stupid show. Maybe. Dad liked it because it said that the team that always won was the one that worked best together. I guess. We're a good team. You can fight, hunt, cook, climb and shoot with the best of them. And you have a trust fund. That's why you're with him. Yes, great team. Hey, I picked up some skills. If you call writing in that book all that time a skill. Writing a romance novel. No, I'm keeping a log of places we go to and the things we see. That would make a stupid show. I suppose it would. Speaking of skills, it is time for you to learn a new one. If this is your way of getting me to clean the fish. No, you are too soft. What? I'm in the best shape of my life. You cannot fight. Worse, I believe you will try even when you should run. Run? I'm no coward. You are not in Boston. There are no police here. In the real world, fights mostly end in death, or worse. It's almost always better to run, or avoid fighting entirely. I can't imagine you running from anything, David. I would run away every time without shame unless forced to choose otherwise. You would do well to do the same. You almost always have more to lose than the other guy. I've only been in one fight in my life, David. I'm not looking to have another. It will happen again someday whether you're looking for it or not. And the thing with David, he kind of reminds me of Tilk from Stargate. Anyone watch that show? Tomorrow will be the beginning. Tomorrow we will begin preparing for that. Sounds ominous. Painful, certainly. Indeed. You adopt a mock serious tone. David, are you offering to be my sensei? Oh shit. I was scratching my nose and I could just feel something was not right. I guess I scratched up something. More like a life coach for keeping your anal virginity a little longer. I'll have you know that the list of Hollywood stars I've been pegged by is long and distinguished. Quiet laughter fills the clearing. How long did this eat, pray and fight thing go on for? Almost 5 years, until David and I parted ways. Are you still in touch? No. Walter grows visibly uncomfortable. So, if I'm doing the timeline math in my head correctly, that brings us to... Yeah. Mom and Dad. Palermo, Sicily, 18 months ago. What you must think of me? I wouldn't leave the bar with just any yank, you know. Even when they look like you. Not a shoddy fella, are you? So you're the quiet broody type then. I talk when it's important. Dude, how much did you learn from David? Fiona, if you want to know. Huh? My name is Fiona. Kurt. What's the deal with your husband, Fiona? That was him watching us leave the bar, wasn't it? He seemed pretty unhappy about it. Oh, you're a sharp one. I have a hall pass tonight, Kurt, and you're my +1. What does that mean exactly? My husband made a mistake that should have been the end of our marriage. It may not feel like it, but you're the agent of his forgiveness. Tonight we even the score so we can try to move on. I take it he didn't approve of your choice. It's fair to say he hoped I would pick someone less perfect. My girlfriend at the bar said you have sad eyes. You do, you know. Is that so? That's why you accepted my offer, isn't it? Do you hope our time together helps you remember someone? Or to forget her? Both. She offers no resistance as we press her against the wall and kiss her passionately. The thin fabric of her dress does little to conceal her hardening nipples. If that's how you just a kiss, if that's how just a kiss feels, he has a right to worry. You arrive at the room and Fiona suddenly seems nervous. So, full disclosure, my husband was my first and I never cheated on him. Not once. I asked myself if he had these doubts when if he had these doubts when he was with her. I asked myself if perhaps it was enough that he saw me leave with you. Until that kiss in the alley. Only now my doubts have changed. Go, if you want. I won't try to change your mind. You misunderstand. I meant that it doesn't feel like I'm settling a score anymore. As you move toward her, you see her tremble slightly. Fiona sighs softly as your fingers trace the bare skin of her arms. I want this, Kurt. More than anything, I want this. Regardless of the bloody scores. A British woman. Your fingers trace her hardening nipples through her dress while your lips tease her neck. This is going into a proper romance novel now. What the fuck? Jay. Get a grip, Kurt. You're over this. Oblivious, Fiona unlocks her phone while you retreat to the bed in shock. After dialing a number, she sets the device on the dresser facing the bed. You're gonna record this, huh? If we are to continue, he needs to see this. Ugh. The deal was that you use a condom, but I doubt he did. So he just have to have faith in your self-control, won't he? That's between you and him. Enough about him. The rest of tonight is all about you. And I will see you in just a moment. And yeah. Not much to say about that. She changed her mind and she wanted it all. And it's... oh yeah, maybe you didn't see that. Their original agreement was, no, you gotta wear a condom. But they didn't, and said, oh, well, as long as you don't finish inside, it's all good. But then in the end, I want it all. And he went, no. So back it was. But let's continue. You awaken in the deep hours of the night to absolute silence. What time is it anyway? The streets are never this quiet. You feel the bed jiggle, and remember you didn't fall asleep alone. Fiona's still here. If I'm careful, maybe I can sneak out without waking her up. You're about to slide out of bed when you feel cool fingertips caress your chest. Yay! What the fuck? They're gone, Kurt. What? Go home. You're startled awake from your nightmare by your phone's vibration. Ooh. Yeah, okay, so that's interesting. He had a small premonition that something bad has happened to your parents. You're relieved to see Fiona sleeping soundly right where you left her. I was a bit worried about that, considering that this shouldn't be a supernatural game. Just a bad dream. You sit up quickly and answer with a whisper, hoping to avoid awaking her. Hello. Kurt? This is Kurt. Max out love points with Jay in the prologue. Oh! Fuck yeah. Sis. It's so strange that you called. I was just talking to you in a dream. Max out trust points with Jay in the prologue. Oh. Kurt, it's Mom and Dad. They're gone. As she said the words, you knew in your heart it was true. But it was a dream. How? Thick with emotion, your voice emerges into a tortured rasp. They were on vacation in Scotland. I guess Dad was driving. It was foggy. Police said fog had frozen to the road. They hit a patch of ice and... You struggle to respond. To be reassuring. To be comforting. To be anything. But no words come. Kurt, are you still there? Time seems to slow until the flood of crushing pain is swallowed by merciful numbness. Yeah, still here. Crash. Stage setter, achievement unlocked. Complete the prologue. And now we're going into Chapter 1, Arrivals and Departures. Greenvale Park, Poughkeepsie, New York, 16 years ago. Mom packed white milk in my lunch today instead of chocolate. Chocolate? Milk? Chocolate. Okay. Ah, it's Amanda. One half of the throuple in my tournament. Amanda and Mallory. And she didn't cut the crust on my sandwich. Okay, she has a speech impediment, or she's just a stupid kid. And it's had peanut butter. Is she Canadian? Is that the joke? Is that the joke? Is she Canadian? I'm sorry, Amanda. Amanda and Mallory. Did the new meds help out in class? Nah, pills don't help Rett syndrome. What did you eat for lunch, Mallory? I wasn't hungry today. Worthless smut. Dogs only get fed once a day. Eat now, Mallory. I got chips in my pack. You can have them if you want. Too salty. Blah. Guess being ugly isn't enough. Why not get fat too? Ugh. What? Here, eat. Thank you, Mandy. See, I knew you were hungry. This is me. Mallory looks at the house for a long moment without moving. See you tomorrow, Mal. Wait, Amanda. You think I could play at your house for a bit? Just a bit. How about you just don't come back? I have to ask my mom. Please. Just for a little while. Why don't you ever want to go to your house? I do. I just like spending time with you more. Why? You know I'm not like other girls. Neither am I. We belong together. Yes, on your little island of misfit toys, you two are perfect for each other. No, we don't. You're perfect. Your brain is not messy. You don't know what being me is like. But you are not like me. Angrily, the disabled girl turns and storms off. Okay. Rett syndrome. I'm gonna have to look that up. Mandy, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way. You're right, Daddy. Mandy saw what I am too. It's funny because it's true. Mom, I miss you. Do you ever think about me? What did I do that made Daddy take me away? He just says it was my fault. Mallory sneaks into a dingy living room in the hope of not alerting her father. Well, damn! And I was just thinking of maybe I should cut off right here, but I can't do that. Not now. That came from Daddy's study. But it's so quiet now. Pathetic and afraid. Just like your mother. Mallory steeled herself as father voice taunted her. I'm not, Daddy. I'll show you. Slowly, Mallory opened the door to her father's office. It smells like fireworks. Daddy! Daddy! I'm home! Daddy? What was that sound? Oh no. This is your fault. Mallory! I heard a loud noise! You left your front door open, dummy! Amanda's words die in her throat as she sees the blood on the floor, desk and walls. She quickly hugs Mallory while turning her away from the grisly scene. Well, listen now. Look at me. You come to my house, Mallory. Mama will know what to do. O'Halloran's pub. Present day. Your folks' accident happened in the middle of the night here. But that is actually where I cut off for today's episode. Well, there was a lot to think about. Yeah, so the feelings from Jay were in the end what's the word? Reciprocated. And then we went into someone else's memories. Mallory and Amanda. Now that is going to be a messy story to go through. But that's something we will take care of in the next episode. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. And remember, just because you're not the main character, it does not mean you're not important. Goodbye everyone.